Do you often find yourself sacrificing everything for someone else, even if it means compromising your own well-being? You're not alone in this struggle. For many of us, the drive to rescue others stems from a deep-seated need to prove our worth and avoid rejection. But at what cost? In this video, we'll explore the subtle yet devastating effects of over-rescuing others, and how it's often rooted in unresolved childhood trauma and emotional neglect. We'll delve into why you might be over-rescuing and what it's costing you in terms of your own happiness, relationships, and overall well-being. Let's dive into why we over-rescue others in the first place. It's often a cry for help from our own past, a coping mechanism that developed as a response to emotional neglect or childhood trauma. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a child again, left alone and scared on a stormy night. Your parents are busy with their own struggles and you feel abandoned. As an adult, you might become hyper-vigilant, always watching out for others who may be feeling the same way. You see the pain in someone's eyes and rush to fix it because that's what you needed when you were a child. Someone to rescue you from your fear. But here's the thing. Over-rescuing doesn't help the other person. It actually perpetuates their dependence on us. It's like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a stick. No matter how hard we try, we're only delaying the inevitable. We need to recognize this pattern and understand that our over-rescuing is often a misguided attempt to heal our own childhood wounds. So, how do you know if you're over-rescuing others? Look for these telltale symptoms. People-pleasing. You sacrifice your own needs to avoid conflict or make someone else happy. Overthinking is another red flag, constantly replaying conversations in your head, wondering what you could have done differently. And then there's the constant apologizing even when it's not your fault. Imagine being a firefighter who rushes into every burning building without waiting for backup. You're so focused on saving others that you put yourself at risk of getting burned. That's what over-rescuing can feel like, exhausting and unsustainable. Let me ask you, do you ever feel like you're walking on eggshells around someone, trying not to upset them? Or maybe you've caught yourself saying yes to commitments that drain your energy just so someone else will like you? These behaviors might be a sign that you're over-rescuing. But it's okay. It's not about failing or being weak. It's about recognizing the patterns that can hold us back from living our best lives. As we explore the pattern of over-rescuing others, let's not forget that this behavior has a profound impact on you. Yes, you. It's easy to get caught up in trying to save someone else, but the truth is, it can leave you feeling drained, resentful, and depleted. Imagine carrying around a heavy backpack all day, every day. At first, it might not seem so bad, but as time goes on, the weight starts to take its toll. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Think about Sarah, who constantly bails out her friend from financial troubles. She's always making excuses for him, covering up his mistakes, and even taking on debt herself. On the surface, she's being a good friend, but beneath the surface, she's sacrificing her own stability, security, and sense of control. You see, over-rescuing can make you feel like a safety net that's always stretched to its limits, never enough to catch anyone, yet always expected to hold everyone else up. It's time to examine how this behavior is affecting your relationships, your mental health, and your self-esteem. When we over-rescue others, we're not just helping them. We're often inadvertently creating a toxic cycle of dependency. Imagine you're on a hike with a friend who's struggling to keep up. You take their backpack, give them a boost, and lead the way. At first, they might be relieved and grateful. But as time passes, they may start to rely too heavily on your support, even for simple tasks. They begin to lose confidence in themselves and start to believe that they're not capable of navigating their own path. As an over-rescuer, you might find yourself constantly trying to fix everyone's problems, including those who are struggling with addiction or mental health issues. Maybe you've been the one driving them to therapy sessions or helping them manage their medication regimen. But have you ever stopped to consider how your actions might be reinforcing their dependency on you? The over-rescuer thinks, I'm just being a good friend. But what they're really doing is sending a message that says, You can't handle this on your own. Think about it like this. Imagine someone trying to cook a meal, and you keep reaching in to adjust the seasoning for them. At first, they might appreciate the help, but eventually they'll start to feel suffocated by your constant interference. They need to learn how to season their own food, just as they need to develop their own problem-solving skills. You have the power to rewrite these scripts and create healthier relationships. You can start by acknowledging when you're over-rescuing and making a conscious effort to let go. This might mean setting boundaries or having difficult conversations with loved ones. Now that we've acknowledged the need to let go, the next step is crucial: developing self-compassion. Think of it like learning to breathe deeply in a chaotic world. We often forget to prioritize our own needs, leaving us feeling drained and resentful. I know this from personal experience, trying to be everything for everyone while ignoring my own physical and emotional exhaustion. Imagine your emotional well-being as a garden. If you constantly pour water into someone else's plot without tending to your own, the soil becomes depleted, and growth stagnates. It's time to turn that attention inward. Start by acknowledging your emotions, not just the big ones like anger or sadness, but the subtle ones too, like frustration or overwhelm. Allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. As you cultivate self-compassion, remember that healing is not a straight line. It's a spiral of growth. You'll revisit old patterns and learn new skills. It's okay to stumble. Just acknowledge the setback and gently guide yourself back on track. As we continue to develop these skills, we begin to understand that breaking free from the cycle of over-rescuing others is not about abandoning them or rejecting their love. It's actually about cultivating a deeper sense of self-love and acceptance. Think of it like planting a garden. When you pour all your energy into nurturing someone else's growth, you often forget to water your own roots. You start to feel drained, depleted, and uncertain about how to prioritize your own needs. As you've been working through the patterns of over-rescuing others, you may have started to notice a shift within yourself, like a gentle awakening from a long slumber. You're beginning to recognize that your worth isn't tied to someone else's happiness or success. It's a subtle yet profound realization, one that can feel both liberating and terrifying at the same time. Imagine being on a hike with a friend who's struggling to keep up. At first, you might feel inclined to take their hand, offer support, and carry them along. But as you continue walking, you start to realize that holding on to them is actually slowing down your own journey. It's not about abandoning them. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. Remember that healing and growth are lifelong processes. There will be setbacks, but don't let that discourage you. You're not alone in this journey, and you are stronger than you think. Keep tending to your roots, nurturing yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding. As you stand at this crossroads, remember that breaking free from over-rescuing others isn't about fixing them. It's about loving yourself enough to live a more authentic life. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't defined by how much you give, but by how much you receive in return. Kindness, compassion, and understanding towards yourself. You've been carrying the weight of others for far too long. It's time to acknowledge the emotional labor you've done, the sacrifices you've made, and the pieces of yourself you've left behind. You're not alone in this journey, and it's okay to take your time. As you start anew, know that I'll be here, cheering you on from afar. And when you need a reminder that you got this, come back and watch this video again. Before you go, hit the subscribe button. Let's support each other in living more authentic lives.